Look at here, there, wobbled out there. What does she look like, Derek?
Right, a description. She's actually, I mean, you're very slim yourself, but this girl's even slimmer than you. She's a little bit taller. Her hair, the way she had it up bobbed, okay,
right.
And a bob in here. Light hair, very, very, very high cheekbones, and dimples, I suppose. But, you know, the booties and what have you that I saw her wearing, and also the purple and the blue long dress, and that seems to be tightened here at this level. And I also get some kind of what she wore to the right-hand side in her hair, a clip.
Okay, you carry on talking,
okay.
Derek, because we're going to go over to David. David, this is a really freaky place. This is not nice at all.
I was there earlier today. I have to agree with you. Now, come over here. This is Rebecca. We spoke earlier. You mentioned, and I said, watch on, you mentioned this affinity you have with a pregnant woman.
Pregnant woman, yeah.
You're trembling.
Yeah, I feel really spooked now. I'm really cold and shaking, and I've got tingling right down the right side of my body. And I said to my husband, I felt someone was sitting by me that was touching me. I also said to him earlier that I felt this woman killed herself because she got pregnant by a married man, and I think Derek's just said something about her being pregnant by a married man.
The story goes that we believe that this woman threw herself off that staircase because she was pregnant and couldn't be pregnant out of wedlock.
Yeah.
Let's go up here. Thank you for that. Let's go up here because we've actually got some other faces from Living TV. First of all, let's just say hello to Tony, your street psychic. You also are on Living TV on this show, Street Psychic.
Right,
now, tell me, what do you make of tonight?
It's absolutely fascinating. Sitting here is incredible. I'm very much aware of a young guy. There's an absolute sense this guy did not commit suicide. Not wishing to make everything gruesome this evening, but I know this guy's got unfinished work. And
what do you mean?
Effectively, people thought he killed himself, and I know he didn't.
Who didn't?
This young guy that I'm picking up from the spirit world.
So what are you saying? He was murdered?
He was murdered. Absolutely.
By who?
I'm not sure. It's two fellas, two guys that
Where
came
was
to find
this?
him.
Where should we go? Tell me now. We'll send Yvette and the team there.
When I was watching the footage with Room 10,
yep.
I felt it more there than
Room 10?
Anywhere else, absolutely.
OK, do you want to go into Room 10?
I'd love to.
OK, we'll send you into Room 10. Colin Fry, very quickly, what do you make of this evening? You're also a medium from Living TV.
Absolutely fascinating. But I've been picking up on this young coloured boy, and he's told me 4 times now that he knows 2 secrets about this place. He has also recently shown me, as we've been sitting here, that he has wheel marks on his back. He was beaten to keep quiet. But he
What are the secrets?
He knows about 2 incidents in this place where there was a suicide that was forced upon a young woman, and he knows the secret of a young man that died, and it was said to be suicide, and it wasn't.
Thank you very much, Colin. Stay with us, because after the break, we're going to send all 3 of our Living TV mediums into Room 10 to find out the truth behind this allegation of murder. Stay with us. Don't go away.
See, so much has happened already in the Midland Grand Hotel. Now then, we are back in Room 10, and we've got 2 visitors who've surprised us and come along, and we've got Tony Stockwell and also Colin Fry. Now, apparently, you were saying, Tony, that you think that a murder has been committed down in the basement.
Absolutely,
is that right?
Absolutely. I'm standing here now, and I'm trying to pick up on this energy, and I feel absolutely petrified. I have this very strong image of a young guy, 27, 28 years of age. I feel I've actually he was chased through this door and into this room. I know he's been followed by 2 big guys, 2 huge guys. And as I've tried to tune into that energy, it's such a sense that these guys were sent by the young man's father. In some way, this young man had embarrassed his father, he had embarrassed his family. This guy was such a sensitive and a loyal and a loving guy, but was not as the family wanted him to be. And I sensed that there was, as I opened myself up to his memory, that I had this restriction around my throat. And I felt I was either being choked or being pulled up by a rope or something.
Can you give us a name for this man?
I've tuned in and I have tried desperately to find a distinct name. The only word that keeps coming to my mind is Archie. Now, I'm not saying it's his name, but I know it connects around him and very, very strongly. But I feel almost as though he had this love for Archie, and that's what I feel.
You're getting quite emotional, aren't you?
I can feel very strongly his energy with me. And I'm literally shaking all over. It's so weird. But I know in some way he wants to say that he had not killed himself. It was actually, his life was taken.
Can you give me a surname to Archie? I know it's a lot to ask.
Whether it goes with Archie or it's actually independent, but it's like Jones or something with Jones on the end.
Okay, what about you, Colin? What are you picking up?
Ever since I've arrived here this evening, I've had 4 times now I've seen this young, coloured boy. Dressed like a page, turban. He looks much too dark to be Indian. I think he was just dressed up in that way. I've seen him 4 times. He's told me on 4 occasions now that he knows a secret. He knows 2 secrets. And the last time I saw him, in my mind's eye, he showed me that he had wheel marks on his back where he was beaten to keep quiet. As soon as we came into this room, I felt his presence with me again. And there are 2 spots where on both occasions my jaws clamped together as if I had the presence of the feeling of a young man.
Can you take us there?
Literally clamped his jaws in terror, absolute terror. And one of them is actually over here, looking out over the window. And it's, even though this is like it's open window space, it is unnaturally cold here. It does not feel natural. It's a cold of terror. And the other place is over there. And I feel as though this young man was over here. That door was burst open. He ran in terror from there to there. And he got himself stuck into this corner, and he got stuck into this corner, and he had nowhere to run to, and his jaw was clamped together in terror. As it came upon me, it was like lockjaw. He was in like absolute terror.
Now this actual secrecy, Derek, you picked up on that, didn't you, earlier on?
I did, Ivy. And you know, linking in with the 2 gentlemen here now. Colin and Tony, is that I've got an extension, maybe their energies have helped this as well, is when we were talking about names, I get very strongly Herbert. There's a connection with Herbert. Now, do you understand this?
I can add to that. There was 2 men, and one of them, this is coming through to me really strongly now, one of them, his surname or his nickname was Scally. Scally or Scully, but it doesn't feel like a proper name, it feels like a nickname.
I just heard something in my ear from the gallery. Can you tell me that again about the information that you just... Herbert the Hangman, apparently. Well known in this hotel. I take that to be he was a hangman, or was that just his nickname? That was his nickname. Okay, so there you go. That's very interesting. So, are you all picking up on a similar kind of energy?
Yes, you've got 2 mixtures coming in. You've got 2 energies, and in actual fact, that falling down of this massive heart seizure with this relatively young man, he's come up here, which I want to maintain he did not lose his life here. However, since Tony and Colin's arrival, I'm making those links, okay? I've got to say, you've actually helped those conditions open up in the atmosphere, thankfully. And, okay, the name Herbert, maybe, I don't know if that's the surname, Scally or Scully, and also if he was a hangman, well, there you are. Other conditions actually happened here.
I just want to add, really, this energy that Colin's already mentioned here was so intense when we first walked in, and this is the area that effectively affected me so much. I felt literally I was being throttled in that place. And the energy is still there. I defy anyone that's with an ounce of sensitivity to walk into this room and not feel that in that area.
Can you show us physically what you're talking about?
The only thing I can tell you with absolute truth is the sense of something being around my throat, and literally I'm being pulled backwards. And as Colin was talking, there was this sense of these 2 men after this young guy, and one of them was a big guy, had a massive scar here, down his face. And this guy was absolute evil, absolute menace. It's a sense of being just simply petrified. Petrified.